I was watching NFNP, I think his channel is on YouTube, and he's selling his car. And he said he subscribed to my channel, but I haven't done anything. I don't even think I have pictures of my car on this channel. But anyway, bottom line is it's an 87 300 TD. I don't even know how many miles it had on it. The owner before me dropped a 606 in and put a new style front end on it and got the fancy louvered fender and all that jazz. And it came to me like that with a mechanical pump with 6mm elements, so the a little bigger than stock, a little more fuel than stock, but you can see it's basically just a 606, kind of the stock setup, with the exception of that fuel thing, which I'm going to fix. So anyway, it has actually the stock intercooler. Figured out a way to put it under there, but because actually on the 606, nobody really told me this, and you can't really see very well down there, but that pipe running side to side there, that's actually a hard pipe up to there that is bolted to the alternator bracket, and it's a solid steel formed pipe for the turbo compressor outflow. And so then it goes down, it goes over there, and goes around and under the bumper and comes up over there. So the 87 cars were non-intercooled, so none of that's stock, and so it's all pretty much custom. The exhaust on this car was custom. You'll notice it's minus a little exhaust stuff right now. So I basically had to cut it off to get the exhaust removed to redo the driveline. So that's what this video is about. And basically, there's the old subframe. This was, it had been refreshed. It had bushings in it, but I think the bushings were going bad because the whole thing was slamming around back there pretty well, and it was contacting the car at the forward point on the left side. So that would be right here. It was contacting the car. So these bushings, even though they were, I don't know what that is. That's a mild bush. That's not the original bushing. But, so they've been replaced, but that bushing is no good because it's letting the subframe wiggle around. So I took it had new half shafts on it. I put one of the goals of this thing was to get limited slip in the rear, so I bought a 500 SL diff at 2.65, same ratio as this one, and I bought new SL half shafts. Not new ones, used ones, and had them rebuilt at CVJ Reman, and then stuck the wave track in and bought a 500E subframe because it has a stronger front cross member on it. And basically, because this thing was slamming around back there, I decided the time had come for the project. And I don't even know how I'm going to get under here because I think I threw all my cardboard away. But basically, this is where the project occurred. I put it up on blocks. And if we crawl under here, I don't know, this is probably going to be sideways now. Might have to redo it. But there's the 500 SL diff, and here's the new half shafts. And I basically just went with new links, new springs, new SLS struts, the oversized sway bar. The links were pretty new on the old car, so I brought those along. It already has 600 SL real brakes on it, and all those links are original Mercedes stuff, and there's the other side. So the tricky bit is the driveline, because this differential is longer than the stock differential. So the original differential won't bolt up. This was also a 4-bolt flange rather than a 3, but those swap right over. You just take one off and put it on the new one, but don't over tighten it so you don't alter the crush ring geometry for the pinion gear and the diff. All the subframe mounts and diff mounts and everything are new as much as I could make them. New emergency brake cables, and the best, what do they call those? Guibos to use are the thick ones from the 210. But that again changes your drive shaft length a little bit. So I need to shorten it something like Oh, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's 1 3/16 or something like that to get this whole thing to bolt up. So that's why the exhaust is still not on the car, and I'm gonna probably have to tow it out of here because we need our driveway for something else at the moment, and then get a custom shaft made and put it back together. Still got the 722.3, and I'll probably end up welding up a custom. I'll get some sanitary stainless and back purge it and do a nice straight pipe exhaust system, because it isn't that loud even with no exhaust on it. So it's going to be fairly straightforward. I already have the downpipe made for the new turbo setup and stuff. So the next things will be bolt the new turbo and exhaust side on, and then get it all plumbed up, make sure it doesn't overboost, and then it needs a new intercooler at the same time, which is going to get welded into the intake manifold, so that'll be a good project. Anyway, that's the latest on this thing, and hope to post more videos.